Look at all this yarn I got. All of that on clearance. Hey everybody, so long time no chitty chat, but today I have a large Hobby Lobby haul. Okay, so as a lot of people know, Hobby Lobby has been clearancing out a lot of stuff recently. Just a few weeks ago they clearanced out a lot of the craft supplies, in which I went then and got some because there was a little rumor that apparently they were clearancing out a lot of Dollhouse stuff, but my Hobby Lobby wasn't. But I did go ahead and buy a ton of Dollhouse stuff then. And just because it seems like it always goes up in price, and so I was like, well, I might as well buy it while I've got the money to buy it. And then I kind of came across the Dollhouse kit. I got a really good deal on a Dollhouse kit, let's put it that way, and I'll probably talk about that in another video in the future, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Anywho, so today, well actually last night, these videos kept popping up on my recommendations on YouTube, which is very dangerous for me. And it was about all these yarn hauls from Hobby Lobby. Like normally in June, I think, they do the big yarn clearance where they clearance a lot of yarn out for dirt cheap. But they already started doing it this week. So I made the decision to get up early for me this morning to go, because lately we've been going over to my aunt's house almost every day to help out with things, well, to help her out with some things. Side note, and I'm not looking for sympathy, but my uncle died about 2 weeks ago, so that's been really rough. And she had been sick a lot during that time, so we're just kind of helping out more so than we have been in the meantime till things kind of mellow out a bit. But anyway, so I got up early so that way we could go get the Hobby Lobby thing taken care of. And the Hobby Lobby I go to is out in Hermitage, and just recently, like within the past couple of years, they've been bringing Whataburgers to Tennessee, or at least Middle Tennessee. I don't know if other areas of Tennessee had them prior. I don't know. But apparently we used to have Whataburger back in the day before I was even born, according to my dad. So there's a Whataburger pretty much across the street from the Hobby Lobby, or at least the area. So I decided, since we were kind of running behind, that we'd go pick up some burgers and stuff and try it out and take it over to my aunt so we could all try out Whataburger together. So we got the jalapeno hamburgers, the whole meal. And I will say that the drink size that came with the meal is bigger than I thought. But future reference, I would not go out of my way to get Whataburger again. Like, since we were already in the area and we've been wanting to try it, but I've had people tell me that it wasn't worth the hype, and they're right. It's not worth the hype. I'd rather just go to McDonald's. Given the choice between Whataburger and McDonald's, I would go with McDonald's. But I mean, the jalapeno burger was good, just plus the Hermitage location is such a pain to get in and out of. The whole parking situation, I'm not even going to go into that, but just, it's a pain. It is a pain. And I ordered online, and I'm just kind of like, why did I even bother doing that? I should have just gone through the drive-thru and just let it be. It would have been so much easier, so much less hassle. I wouldn't have had to go in and wait for as long as I did. But anyway, so got a ton of yarn. I got a little bit of Dollhouse stuff, so we're gonna go through the Dollhouse stuff first, get that out of the way, and then jump into all this yarn I got. So I guess up front, I'm just gonna say, with tax and everything, I spent $101, but I'm guessing that the full retail value of everything would have to be at least $1,000. I could be way off, but that's just my guesstimation. Just saying. But yeah, with tax, that's another thing about the Hermitage location. It is, I'm pretty sure Hermitage is considered Davidson County because it does have the 9.25% tax. Whereas if you go to Cool Springs, well, Franklin, Murfreesboro, Mount Juliet, they're all like Wilson, Rutherford, Williamson counties, all 9.75%. So I'm just saying. Now I'm sure Madison, I don't know if, is it Madison or would it be considered Rivergate? Because if it's Rivergate, would that be Goodlettsville and that would be Sumner County? Or if it's Madison, that would be Davidson County. So that would probably still be 9.25. I'm not sure if Sumner County is 9.25 or 9.75, but I'm just saying, you just plus Hermitage is easier for me to drive to than dealing with Cool Springs and Murfreesboro. Okay, anyway, but not that anybody, okay, whatever, we're just haul. Okay, so first up, from the Dollhouse miniature section, I got these two little cabinets with little doors that open up. They're 99 cents each. I've been looking for these. They've been out of them the last several times I've been to get them, so I'm glad I found them today. I think I wiped them out. I think they only had 2 in stock and I got them both. And then for $1.99 they have the little cabinet with drawers, which, I mean, these are pretty much end tables, but I already had one of these from a previous time. Did I say this one was $1.99? So that's not too terribly bad. So, and then the drawers do come out and then the doors do open. As far as I know, they do. So I saw a couple of people on YouTube had found these in the Dollhouse section and that were marked down. Like, I think my Dollhouse section, what I got that was marked down, and then they had wallpaper marked down, and then they had this little 1 to 24 scale Dollhouse kit. Well, miniature kits. They're not really even well, I guess it could be Dollhouses, but they're little miniature kits where it's like everything's in the kit. They had a couple of those marked down, but I like the 1 to 12 ratio scale where it's like 1 inch equals 1 foot. That's what I work in. That's my scale that I'm comfortable with. It's pretty standard for Dollhouses in general. But anyway, so these were on clearance, and then they had, okay, what I was getting at, they had the shingle dye, which I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have got the shingle dye, which it's a gray dye. When you want to dye the wooden shingles, you can dye them gray, but for me, I think I'm gonna end up just staining all mine with like just wood stain, like various like darker wood stains, because I don't know if I really want gray shingles on any of my houses or not. And then they had like a little thing of wallpaper paste or glue or whatever that was marked down. But when it comes to wallpapering, I think I'm just going to use rubber cement. That way it's easier to remove at a later time. So, and plus I don't think it'll wrinkle up that much. I mean, it may have a little bit of wrinkles, but it shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, these were like what you keep seeing online that's marked down, and I think a lot of people have found the trim, but my location was out of stock, or we had already sold out of the trim. I would have loved to have the trim, like the baseboards, or else it was like the crown molding or whatever. It was out, like you can see the peg was empty. So anywho, these are the Christmas tree ball lights, which they have little pegs. They're not really, and they're just a little plastic, kind of translucent plastic. But it makes me, like, I think a lot of people are saying that they thought that they could be used in like those ceramic trees, even though they're not quite the same as those kind of pegs. But it seems like, I don't know, I had an idea like of using these in other little dollhouse projects. But we'll see how that works out. Okay, and I've been looking at this every time that I go in there. I was not going to purchase it for full price because full price is $35, but today they had it marked down to $8.75, which I think on my receipt they charged $8.79, but I don't care. It's just 4 cents difference, whatever. But this has been like this for like at least a year. Like, I know like a year ago, this cover was ripped, so nothing new, but yeah, it's this whole book of the world of miniatures, from simple cabins to ornate palaces. It's just a nice little dollhouse book. Like, there's some projects in there, there's some information about building them. I mainly got for the pictures, like for inspiration and just to look at, because I like looking at dollhouses, like the way people have them decorated, so it'll give me some ideas and inspiration and whatnot. I know that was not a good flip through of the book, but anywho, it is what it is. And then they had this wood stain marker and the early American finish. It was $1.50. They retail for $6 originally, but this one was $1.50, and I've seen a lot of people use this particular color for the dollhouse furniture, so I thought that this would be good more so for when I do the parquet. Is that the right terminology for it? The decorative wooden floors where there's like patterns that you cut out in the floors to do like different designs. I have a few ideas in mind with the designs. I mean, very basic designs, but I think this would be good for like an accent, or like where I'm going to emphasize certain color, whatever. Anyway, it'll all come together one day. I'm getting tongue-tied now. And then they had this can of Minwax wood finish, and this is just the natural color. They originally sell for $7, like even at Lowe's. I think they now sell for about $8 at Lowe's. But this one was on sale for $1.74. And my dad was with me, and he's like the wood expert. And I was asking him, I was like, I pointed it out to him. I told him it was natural finish. And he said that that's basically just what it says, natural finish. It's just basically a clear gloss. And I'm not like too, like, that was not something I was really looking for. Like, I already bought some, what do they call it? Not polyurethane, but polyacrylic. And that's what it is. Like, polyurethane, I think, is oil-based, and polyacrylic is water-based, easier to clean up. So I already bought some of that to use as a finish, like, over my furniture and my floors in general. But I think to help me conserve that polyacrylic, because that was like $9 for a little can, and again, like, you go elsewhere, it's like $16 or up to $16 for the same can. So Hobby Lobby really has the best prices on this kind of stuff. But to help to kind of conserve that, like, I can use this on my flooring again, you know, basic, easy, simple. And if it's just a clear gloss, then I guess I don't have to put anything else on top of it. That's just this. Alright, and then a couple more things from this bag. So, over in the jewelry section, I never really did make a video. I was going to make a video of all that stuff that I got from the last couple of times I went. Anyway, y'all probably seen the videos. If you're watching this video, you've probably already seen a lot of the Hobby Lobby clearance videos from the past, because I'm assuming that you're interested in Hobby Lobby clearance hauls. But anyway, what they had left over, they put like all the marked down beads and jewelry findings and whatnot on just like a little end cap thing, like not even a full end cap, just like on the segment. Anyway, but they had this piano charm, which I already bought this the previous time I went, and is that even focusing? It looks really blurry on my end. But this was marked down to 74 cents, and I can't remember. I want to say when I bought it before it was 99 cents. It was originally $2.99. But, yeah, I've got something in mind for this. And then I bought these also, but, okay, so these are those little resin pieces. But what I bought before, or what I bought last time, were roses, and these are little Pegasus. And the roses, I think, were 99 cents, and these were $1.49. Yeah, $1.49. I'm seeing if, like, blogging out my face helps focus on it better. So I thought that these would be really good for the dollhouse stuff. And the roses, like, they're unpainted, so I'll probably paint them. And like the roses, same deal, same color, unpainted. And I was thinking for the roses, if I can find like a nice little bell jar, is that what you call it? Like glass bell dome thing. I want to recreate like the Beauty and the Beast rose, or like in cake, you know, something like that for one of my doll houses. So I'll get this kind of. So now we're going to dive into the yarn. I really didn't need any more yarn, but for the prices that I was seeing advertised like through other haul videos, I was like, oh honey, I need that. And another note, so a lot of people were finding the notions like the knitting needles and the crochet hooks marked down. My location, they were not marked down. They did not have the D. Like everybody's saying, like if you look on the trying to think of the proper terminology, like when you make planograms, you have like little, well, at Hobby Lobby they have the piece of paper on the back of the peg that tells you like what the item is that's supposed to be in that location and all the details and everything. And if it's marked with a D, that'll tell you that's supposed to be marked down. If it's not already marked down, it's supposed to be marked down. Well, none of them had the D on there. So, and I saw like everything that people were hauling that were marked down for dirt cheap. My location didn't have any sign, any indication, which I was really hoping they would, because I really wanted to get certain size crochet hooks. Like there's a particular size in general that I keep breaking, and it's sad because I love the acrylic crochet hooks more so than the aluminum. I cannot stand the aluminum crochet hooks, like holding them in my hands just, ugh, it irks me. But I love the acrylic ones. So I had a couple sets of these, but in both sets, as you can see, my H hook has broke. So, and then I'm using my, what is that, I hook, but my H hook has broken. So that was the one in particular I was really hoping for. And plus in the knitting needles, like they had the circular needles and the interchangeable ones that people were finding marked down, more specifically the interchangeable ones. And people were finding like sizes 6, sizes 7, and I don't have any size 7s. And I have a pair of 6, but I don't like the cable that's with them. So, and plus I don't even know where my size 6s are. They're in a project somewhere, and I haven't been able to find the project that they're in. So, yeah. Let me pause this right now. My throat is getting dry and scratchy, and I ran out of my Whataburger drink, so I had to go get something else, and it still feels really dry and scratchy. We're just going to try to deal with it. So, I don't even know where to begin or how to do this. There's so many things in yarn. I think, from what I could tell from like what I counted the quantity on the receipt, I think I got about 50 skeins of yarn total. So again, I spent $101, like, well, plus change on all this, like everything total, and my total prior to the tax was $92.49. So I mean, even if I just bought the yarn for that price, that's about averaging $2 a skein of yarn, which is not bad at all. So let's I'm just gonna dive in and try to match, like I want to try to like group everything together so that way I'm not showing like a bunch of the same one over and over again. But anywho, so first off, I've got these, the hand-dyed ones, and they originally were $16 and they were marked down to $4. And I just got 2 of this particular colorway. It says candy coated is, I'm assuming, the colorway. There's like 400 yards, so this ought to do pretty, like, my goal when I knit or crochet, well, more specifically knit, is like I like to knit shawls. Like that's my go-to, like lace shawls are like my go-to knitting project. Out of everything that I can knit, that's like what I like to do. Anything that's lacy and kind of big and goes over. I've knitted the sweater, of course, I've knitted bigger projects, but I just prefer the lace shawls. There's something about them I love, and that's what I like to do. So, typically, in my experience, it seems like a lot of the shawls I like are anywhere from like 600 to 700 yards bigger. And the more elaborate they are, the more yardage they take, and you know, the finer and thicker, it just all depends on the yarn and thickness and gauge and all that. But so this, if I use this to knit, which this looks like it's probably, it's smaller than sport weight. I don't know, I'm struggling to read it right now. Yay for my vision. Okay, I can't read it at the moment, but it's pretty thin yarn. I don't know if that's showing up, but I love it. Like, I've never had hand dyed, like, to me this is fancy yarn. I've never had hand dyed by anybody else. I've dyed my own before. So this is like a little luxury to me, and plus this is like 50% merino. No, wait, this one is 100% superwash merino wool. So again, to me this is fancy yarn, especially if it retailed for $16. There's no way I would pay that out of pocket for it. But yeah. Okay, and then I got another, and they had quite a few colorways marked down of this hand dyed yarn, but coughing time. To me, a lot of them were all very similar in like color schematics or color themes, but these just were like my favorite. I didn't want to go too overboard with these since they're a little bit more expensive. But anyway, so this particular one retailed for $13 and I got it for $3.24. And this says Osaka Sky. Now this one is like 50%, yeah, 50% superwash merino wool and 50% lyocell. I don't know. I've never encountered that term until today. This looks like it's a little bit thicker. Like, this might be sport weight. But, and it's also like, it's got like a silky, or like a satiny finish to it, compared to the other. But, I mean, it's so pretty. So I got 3 of these, and again, these are like 400 yards. So this ought to definitely be enough for a shawl. Or like, now that I'm doing the crochet thing, I'm kind of over the sweaters, like especially the fringy sweater, crop top sweater thing. I have the one, I can't remember if I talked about it in one of my last crochet videos or whatnot, since it's been so long ago, but I had like a second fringy sweater thing that I was working on, and I've kind of like doing the sleeves, that's both sleeves at the same time, and I'm just kind of over it. Just it's been sitting for almost a year, I think, because I'm over it. And I'm kind of debating whether I should frog it or just leave it in case I want to pick it up. But like, I've got my specific skeins of yarn that I've been using for it, and I don't want to like, I hate to leave it just unfinished and sitting, like, to wait, because they're just, I mean, like, those skeins are having to be reserved for that particular sweater, but if I decide to frog it, then I can use the rest of the skeins for other things. So I don't know. But anyway, so I've been really into crocheting vests, the circular vests. Like, I've been wanting to do those for a long time, and finally, like, I caved and just bought a couple patterns from 2 people who have designs that I love, that I found through Instagram. So these may go for one of those vest projects, maybe even a couple of vest projects, I don't know. So I don't really have set plans for this yarn, but I have ideas what I want to do. Or also like those granny square cardigans or something that I want to make. I have not made one, but I'm interested in making those, or trying to make one of them at least, to see if I like it. And my throat. So that's just kind of like the idea right now. Plus I got like a ton, like, oh my gosh, did I ever talk about, I bought a lot, like a lot of old Vogue knitting magazines through eBay last year because of a pattern that I saw in an old magazine or something, or online, I forgot. Anywho, and there's so many projects from those Vogue knitting magazines that I want to create. I don't know if it's the weather or if it's because like when we go over to my aunt's house, we help her take care of her cats, and she has a lot of cats. And so I don't know if it's the cat hair, like, because I feel like I just inhaled cat hair. It could be Tuki's hair. Or she said that the pollen count today was extremely high, which I believe it. And I'm just so congested, and I feel like I'm like choking. Like I feel like I've got a little bit of cat hair. Like I'm inhaling cat hair still. Oh goodness. So we're at the part where I'm struggling, plus the talking and my vocal cords. Woo. Okay. So I don't know. Okay. These are some of the first ones I saw. And I think I got at least 4 of these. I don't know. I'm just saying 3 right now. But these were originally $5.50 and I got them for $1.37. But they are the highlights in ivory. And they have the iridescent the struggle is real. They have that iridescent thread woven in or spun into the yarn, in which, goodness, I'm really struggling now. These have 380 yards. Awesome. Maybe I did just buy 3 of them. Pretty sure I got 4 though. Because I wanted to have, well, I did want to have at least 1,000 yards. So maybe, like I said, maybe I did just buy 3. And they are acrylic, like 79% acrylic, 20% polyamide, and 1% metallic. So, and then I definitely know I got 2 of these. 2 of the gray ones, which says spa. So I guess the color is spa. Maybe not. Maybe it is. Oh yeah. Spa is the color. But I was kind of like second guessing that because these were $4.99. Like they're the same yarn as this. Yeah, highlights. Okay, these are just old bands, I guess, because they say $4.99 and again $1.37. And again, they have the iridescent thread woven throughout, which you probably cannot see. I'm not seeing it from my view of looking at the camera, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, I've bought this when I went to Panama City, not the last time, but the time before. I guess that would be 2 years ago. I bought this when it was on sale for half price, and then I think later on I went back to one of my, might have gone to the Cool Springs one and bought another one of these because I love the colorway so much. But I forgot to say what weight this is. This probably is like a sport weight. I could be really wrong about these. Well, it says to use a 4mm needle, but I mean that doesn't, to me that doesn't mean anything. I'm probably looking right at it and just not seeing where it says like what weight of yarn it is. Oh, 3 lightweight, which isn't 3 sport weight, like light sport weight, and this is 1, which I think 1 is like lace weight, so this is really thin. And I wanted to originally, when I first got these, my thought process was the circular vest whenever that time came, or like even like a knit, like a circular shawl that I could convert into like a vest pattern. But I knew that this was going to be like small, like thin, but I didn't realize like how thin. So if it, I mean, this is in general would probably be good for like one of my lace shawl projects. So I just love the colors though, so pretty. Okay, so oh goodness, you know what, let me just do these because it'd be easier to get these out of the way. So these Red Heart Roll With It melange, I'm probably not saying that right at all, but these retailed originally for $8.99 and these were marked down to $2.24. It has 389 yards. It's all 100% acrylic, but the colors, oh my gosh, I love these kind of colorways with like the teal and green and purple, like basically peacock colors. Oh my gosh. If they had had more of these, I would have bought more, but they only had 2 of these, which is okay. But again, I would have bought way more if they had had more. If they had had 10, I would have probably bought 10 just because I love the colorway so much. So those, and then the same yarn. Wait. Yeah, it says roll with it. Melange. I don't know. Does it? I didn't even look for the name of the colorway. This colorway is called Catwalk, and this colorway is called Theater. So this is more like a neutral, like earth, well, more earth tony. It has some blues, some greens. It has like some peachy colors, white. It is, oh, I mean, it's really pretty. I'm not very much into neutrals or earth tones, despite being a Capricorn earth sign. Despite the color background of my room, just beige, nude colors, earth tones, just boring. Like, honestly, I find them boring. But I'm trying to broaden my horizons because I know not everybody feels the way that I do about colors, just like I don't feel the way everybody else does about, well, you know. So yeah. Okay, and then I got these. By the way, while I was shopping, there's this lady, well, there's several ladies over there shopping too. Or came over after I'd gotten over there, but at one point, like, again, I had my dad with me, and I didn't even look at all the yarn. Like, I walked through the aisles to look at the yarn, but I didn't really get to take in and look at all the yarn because, of course, other people are shopping too, and I didn't want to, like, be in their way and wait around too much. I mean, I was already in the way too much to begin with, but anyway. So, at one point, I was just like, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. And this one lady just kind of laughed. She's like, I understand. I know how you feel. But yeah, I tried not to hog everything that I came across. I didn't touch hardly all the markdowns. I mean, like, I got a lot, but there still was like a ton more markdowns. I was good. I was bad, but yet I was good. So I you know, certain things I try not to hog all the colors. Like, I'd leave a couple skeins behind, just, you know, that's enough for somebody to do a scarf, or, you know, mix together if they wanted to do something else, you know. But anywho, I absolutely love these colors too. These are all the same. It is glowing. It says Finch Feather. It has 198 yards, so I got 4 of them. 60% acrylic, 40% polyester. Originally $5.49. I got it for $1.37. So I don't know, it's just yellows, blues, greens, pretty. Yeah. Ooh, these. I got 5 of these. This was a great deal. Like, this was the best, you know, the best price of the day, pretty much. Well, the cheapest price of the day. So these were originally $2.49, and they were marked down to 62 cents. So I bought 5 of them. They had a bunch of these in stock of this color. And then they had like one gray one, which I left that. But these are the I love this yarn, super soft, sport weight. I didn't even cover what other weights those are. This looks like a 4 weight, like a typical worsted weight. I'm assuming this is probably like a 4. Yeah, this has to be a worsted weight as well. This red heart. Yeah. Yeah, so 5 of these. 230 yards, 100% acrylic. I like the shade of blue, which it looks really, really bright. I mean, it's a little brighter on my viewfinder. Like, it's a little more teal in real life compared to like what I'm seeing in the viewfinder. I don't know. I don't want to do anything just solid this color, but this would be good to, like, you know, for other like to use one here, use one there, use one there. So, whatever. Again, I'm like, where do I even go? So, I'm not even sure these are all the, oh, no, that's not the same. Okay, that's something else. Wait. Again, I'm trying to, okay. These are the same. Trying to get somewhat organized here. So this is the Smooth Move microfiber. Originally $5.50. I got it for $1.37. Color on this is ivory. I do like ivory, like whites and ivory, like especially for like the lacier projects, because it's just, you know, classic. You can't go wrong. Like, I want to do one of my circular vests in like ivory, just all ivory, just because it's classic. So these are 270 yards, size 3, lightweight. Yeah, and this is 100% microfiber acrylic, so these are acrylic. And then I got these cotton Etlin, like, it says parchment, so I'm assuming parchment is the color. Originally $5. These were marked down to $1.37. I think I got more of these in the bag. There's 180 yards. It's 80% cotton, 20% linen, size 4, so it's like a worsted weight. Got 2 of these. I was thinking I got more than that. Oh, here's another microfiber one. Guess not. Oh. Okay. Anyway, let me just jump into this since this caught my eye. I got this alpaca twist. $4.29 was the original price, marked down to $1.24. Colorway is pecan. Really? To me, pecan would be more like a brown color, but this is more like gray. It is 175 yards, 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. Yeah, and this is a size 4. This is a 4. It looks super thick for a 4. Oh, I just thought it'd be nice to have some alpaca blended stuff. And in, you know, a nice earthy tone color. Why not? Okay, so I got more of this cotton. Again, the same as this cotton Etlin and Rogue, or Rouge. Rouge would probably be the proper way of saying that. You know, this kind of nice dusty pink, dusty rose color. $5.50. Got it for $1.37. 180 yards, size 4. Okay, so we've already been through those details. And I got another colorway of that. I got 2 more colorways of that. I got the colors in Smoky Plum, which smoky purple, basically. And then I got this sagey color, cyan. So to me, it's more like a sagey color, but I mean, it is. To me, it's like a sagey blue color. So I was thinking that might be nice for like one of those granny square cardigans. I don't know, like this color combination. Like that's just a nice, like a fall, well, even springtime. But and again, it's not like my usual go-to, but still it's a nice colorful combination. Muted, kind of like jewel tones. And then I got the soft and sleek low pill fiber. Originally $4.99, got for $1.24. And this is like that red heart black light color. They call it neon stripe, so I assume that it's stripes. It's not so much a pulling yarn, which that's cool. I prefer a striping yarn anyway. And we're about to cut out here. Heaven help me, these videos are always so ridiculously long. So this has 186 yards. It is 100% low pill acrylic. It does have kind of like a nice, kind of like a soft, to me it feels kind of like cotton, like a soft cotton yarn. And it is a size 4. I think like size 4 worsted weight yarn is kind of like the comfort zone, at least for me. I guess because like Red Heart Super Saver like is so common that that's what I've always used for the bulk of my stuff, and it's just standard for me. So yeah, got those. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this, but I like the colors, like the neon colors. Okay, now we're to like the last little bit of yarn. So these, another like cheap deal sort of thing. These little sock weight yarns. So it says Cozy Toe. These were all originally $3.50, but they're marked down to 87 cents. And this colorway, well, it has 210 yards. This colorway is called Multiverse, and it is 93% acrylic and 7% polyester. I have tried knitting socks before, but they've all been, again, in like worsted weight, made out of Red Heart Super Saver. I had this idea years ago that I was gonna make like these long, like over the knee socks, and I've gotten a few sock yarns over the years. Like Joann's had some that were like self-patterning, and I've wanted to use them, but at the same time, like, I'm overthinking, because I'm thinking like with the gauge and everything, if it's self-patterning, like, don't you need to meet a specific gauge for the pattern to come out the way, like, from based off a little sample on the little band, like, it looks like the pattern's like little like flowers. So if like the gauge wouldn't have to be a certain gauge for it to meet that pattern, and like depending on how wide you make something, or if you're knitting in the round, like the pattern, like, I'm just, again, maybe I'm overthinking it, but want the pattern be like off. Like if you want that floral pattern, I don't know. So I've been hesitant to use that on anything, but I'm hoping that maybe with like an abundance of sock yarn, like that'll get me motivated to like finally make my over the knee socks. Yeah, so I got 4 of these, and then I got same deal. This is in the colorway Shine Like Summertime. See, okay, if this shows, if I block out my face, it looks like this pattern, like, if you can see, that looks like it makes the pattern. So now I kind of wish I'd bought more of these. I wasn't really paying that much attention, but I kind of wish I'd bought more of this particular colorway. Because if you, okay, let's see if we show. I mean, this is just kind of looks like it's kind of like a subtle stripe. And then I got this colorway, which is Island Macaw. Looks like it's just like a subtle, again, subtle like rainbow striping yarn. It's interesting that it's supposed to have like blue and purple, because I can kind of see. I wasn't too crazy about this, but looking at the belly band, I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of like that. So 2 of these. And then finally, wait, is this, oh, wait, this is the same. This is the same one. This is also Island Macaw, but you see more of like the blue and purple. Okay, so I wasn't, yeah, they were in the same, like, stacked together, but I wasn't sure they were the same or not. Okay, cool. That's cool. So, wait, that's it. Okay. So, like, don't tell me there's, so that's all. That wraps up all the yarn I got. So that wraps up my whole Hobby Lobby haul for today. I was about to say my whole Hobby Lobby yarn for the day, but yes, yarn haul for the day, plus my little dollhouse stuff. So anyway, if you're into this kind of stuff and you haven't been to your local Hobby Lobby, if you have a local Hobby Lobby, you may want to go check it out, because there are some phenomenal deals right now. I was kind of scared after seeing the videos, because I saw like the videos date back to like 4 days, well now 5 days at this point in time that I'm filming. But I was like, oh crud, like they're probably wiped out. But then again, like the last time, like the few weeks ago when they had all that other markdown stuff going on, my Hobby Lobby was in the process of marking down while other people had their markdowns for several days going. So, but there had been certain things that had been marked down and wiped out by the time I got there. So I was thinking like, if this has been going on for like 4 or so days, like my Hobby Lobby would probably be cleared out, but they were not. Only just a few areas were cleared out, but the bulk of the yarn was still there, like that had been marked down. I think there were certain yarns that I had in mind that I wanted specifically. Like I'd already had some and I wanted to, like, you know, boost up my stash of that particular colorway that I saw other people had hauled that had been like sold out at my location. That's okay, because I got so much. And again, I kind of felt bad about like getting as much as I did while other people were shopping, but at the same time there was a ton of it marked down. So plus I got a lot of like bright colored stuff. I don't know if the ladies there shopping were looking for more neutral stuff anyway. It looked from what I could see in the shopping cart. So yeah, anyway, so I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm gonna wrap up the video now, and take care, and thanks for watching.